Up next is entertainment, and I'll be speaking to the brain behind the Black Barbie. Stay with me.
When I was young, my mother bought me a black Barbie. I want the white one! I cried and tried to change her mind. But as loving as my mother was, she very much declined. It was supposed to bring me pleasure, but my hatred for it was great beyond measures. Its round-shaped nose, red lips, and dark skin were the parts of his body that stirred my disgust to begin. What was I supposed to do? Pretend to love it? I couldn't. Not even if it wore the finest dress to fit. I had no interest for my black Barbie. That was indeed true, for the only thing I yearned was for my eyes to be blue. When I took it to bed, I never felt afresh. Its hard, cold limbs always resisted my soft flesh. When I woke up, I was always torn in the morning. To stare at it, to hold it was never rewarding. When I was 23, I stood in front of my local cosmetic counter. This was the first time I had my first bleaching cream encounter. Will this work?
Will this work? Would it work to have a black Barbie on the market? I'm in the studio with the brain behind this production. I'm here with Comfort Arthur, director of what you've just seen. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think it's a beautiful concept. I'm just surprised that you chose to do animation, because usually when issues of skin bleaching and effective toning on the skin and all of that is concerned, it's directed at adults. So why animations?
Animation is not a new thing, but it's a powerful way of telling us. It can tell a story in a powerful way. Some things that are done in live action can, when you do it in animation, it has a powerful way of getting people to even take note. Right. So that's why I did it in animation, and plus I'm a trained animator.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is not just a beautiful piece you've put together. This is more like a story of your life.
Yes.
Because a lot of what was being narrated by Amake Purpose is actually what happened to you. So
yes.
Run us through what informed this.
Okay. Basically, when I was young, when I was 23, I ended up bleaching. But it started, the whole idea of self-hating my skin started when I was growing up as a child, because my mother is very light in complexion, and my two sisters are very light in complexion. And when I was growing up, I noticed that a lot of people will notice my two sisters opposed to me, especially when we used to go to Ghana. People will be saying, well, your sisters are beautiful, but never complimented me about my own skin complexion. So growing up, I eventually started to loathe my skin. And so when I turned 23, I started to try and lighten my complexion.
At 23, you decided to go out and look for creams that would make you look lighter.
Yes.
So that you can be accepted.
Yes.
And get the attention that your sisters were getting.
Yes.
Did you know anything at all about skin bleaching at that age?
No. Okay. I just went to those shops, cosmetic shops, and so lightening your skin or skin toning. So let me try and light my skin. And also when I was growing up, I used to have a lot of dark circles, so I used to be called Panda Bear. So I used to, we're horrible when we're growing up. And so I tried to use a lot of skin lightening products to try and get the discoloration over my eyes. And so that was using bleaching product, which was bad, because those are strong products around your eyes, are really bad. Yeah.
And so you used the cream instead of getting lighter.
Yes.
Did you look like your sisters?
No, I just ended up just not looking like lighter, but I did go a little shade up. But I wasn't using strong creams that would start changing over a shorter period of time. But it was much of a longer period that it took me to get lighter.
What kind of reaction did you get, and how did that impact your life?
When I got into work one time, a friend of mine took me to the side and said, "Comfort, you're bleaching, aren't you?" And then I became defensive, and I was like, "No, I'm not. How dare you say I'm bleaching? I'm not bleaching," even though I knew I was bleaching. And I was like, "No, I'm not bleaching." And so I felt a bit ashamed
Okay.
that I was actually being outed for something that I was doing. And most people do feel like that when they are bleaching, they don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
So when you're told that you're bleaching, you become defensive.
And at what point did you decide, I don't want this anymore, I want my old skin back?
I had a friend who spoke to me. It wasn't because I didn't change so dramatically, but
Right.
they noticed that I was getting lighter, and the friend told me that, look, what are you doing? Are you bleaching? And so I confided in the friend, and they asked me, why are you doing it? And so I told them the truth, that honestly, I really do wish I was lighter. I think girls are more accepted, and guys like girls that are lighter.
Right.
And then this friend of mine, who was a guy, was told me that no, like you're being in quote dumb, and then he explained to me that you've got a really good skin, your skin is really nice, and so I stopped.
And when you stopped, you kept all the memories and turned it into Black Barbie.
Yes.
Which was produced when?
This year.
This year.
It was written 2 years ago.
Okay.
I wrote it because of my cousin, because she has a sister that is light and has a lot of European features, quite a pointy nose, and she's light, and she's very dark. And I was getting my hair braided, and the hairdresser, when she saw my two cousins, she immediately rushed to the lighter cousin.
Okay.
I said, wow, you're so beautiful. No, we have all of this. And then I could see my other cousin just looking at me, feeling uncomfortable. So when she was going home, she came to me and said, oh, Sister Comfort, do you know what? I really want to get rid of my skin color. I want to be light like my little sister. And I said, why do you want to do that? And then she told me that people over here doesn't like dark skin.
Right.
Dark skin is ugly. Even at school, I get called Black Monkey. So then I was like, I have to write this poem. So I wrote this poem, and I left it. I even recited it to her, and she was happy. But that wasn't enough, because I realized that a lot of other girls, and not even girls, boys, are young, are believing that being dark is a curse and it's not a nice thing. So then I gave the poem to Amike 2 years ago when we were on set together, on the Curse One set, and she loved it, because I knew she was doing a campaign about skin bleaching, and so she posted it on her wall, and then that was it.
Right, and it's gone on to win Best Animation for 2016 Ghana Movie Awards, Best Spoken Word Film, The Real Time, and all of that. Festival. Congratulations.
Thank
and I
you.
hope that because you put it in animation, you would speak to the minds of the little ones.
Yes.
Preferably those in teens who are now discovering themselves.
Definitely.
And we wish you the very best, but your last advice to anyone who is on the path that you had gone before?
My advice is that, love your skin, because no matter what, that is who you are, and that is who you've come out of your mother's womb. And to try and change it, to try to alter it, is to say that you don't love who you are. And black is beautiful, and Black Barbie is not just about black, but it's about self-love. Self-love. Even if you're Asian, if you're white, if you're black, whatever race you are, self-love. Thank you.
All right, so that's Comfort Arthur, director and brain behind Black Barbie. Love your skin just the way it is and stay proud.